Fundisho lake la leo ni kuhusu amani ya Bwana juu ya hofu na wasiwasi. Amani ya Bwana kuhusu hofu, juu ya hofu na wasiwasi kwa Bwana.
In our lives,
katika maisha yetu,
there are plenty of reasons
kuna sababu nyingi
to have fear and anxiety. Some of the reasons might be fear of failure,
fear of financial struggle,
fear of accidents, fear of sicknesses. The Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of a sound mind. So at some point in our lives, fear and anxiety. Both the children, the youths, and the adults. In the Bible, even great men and women of God experience anxiety. At some point in their lives. We have an example in chapter 3 verse 11. We have an example of Moses who feared facing Pharaoh. Moses said unto God, "Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt?" We have another example of Elijah in 1 Kings chapter 19 verse 3 to 4, who ran away from Jezebel because he was afraid. So fear is something that everyone in our lives experiences at some point in our life. Because in the Bible at some point everyone experienced fear. David in Psalms 91 said, said, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." So which means everyone at some point in the Bible, everyone at some point in the Bible experienced this fear. But in the same Psalms chapter 91, David said, "Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." So David was courageous despite walking through the valley of shadow of death. Because he knew that the Lord was his shepherd. And there was nothing that could harm him. So fear is a human experience. And God will invite us to bring our fears to him. In Psalms chapter 56 verse 3,
katika Zaburi mlango wa 6 mlango wa 3 56 mlango wa 3.
David says, when I am afraid,
Daudi anasema nikiwa mwoga,
I put my trust unto you.
ninaweka imani yangu kwako.
So in this life,
So katika maisha yetu,
the Lord is our shepherd,
Mungu ni mchungaji wetu
and we are the flock.
na sisi ni wanakondoo wake.
A sheep never worries about tomorrow.
Kondoo haiwazi kuhusu kesho.
It's only the shepherd who worries about the state of the sheep.
Ni mchunga kondoo ambaye anawaza kuhusu kondoo wake.
So as the sheep, we are not supposed to worry about what happens in our lives.
Sasa kama kondoo haufai kuwaza kile ambacho kitafanyika katika maisha yako.
Because whatever God does not intend to catch you will not catch you.
Kwa sababu Mungu akisema kwamba hakuna kitu ambacho kitakufanyikia, hakuna kitu kinachoweza kukufanyikia.
The devil cannot touch you without permission from God.
Shetani hawezi kushika kama hana ruhusa kutoka kwenye Mungu.
When the devil wanted to go and punish Job and test Job,
Mungu alikuwa akitaka
when the devil wanted to go and test Job,
Shetani alikuwa akitaka kwenda kumjaribu Job.
he had to ask from permission.
Alifaa kuuliza Mungu kwanza ndio aende.
He went to God and told God,
Alienda kwa Mungu na kumwambia,
allow me to test your servant Job.
niruhusu ili niweze kumjaribu mtumishi wako Job.
So it tells us that
So inasema kwamba Shetani hawezi kukujaribu. Lazima Mungu amruhusu kufanya.
so we should not worry.
Sasa tusiwe na wasiwasi.
We should not have fear and anxiety in our lives.
Tusiwe na
We should not have fear and anxiety in our lives.
tusiwe na hofu katika maisha yetu.
Because God is in control of our
Kwa
lives.
sababu Mungu yuko kwa sababu yetu.
Sometimes we hide our fears from God
Saa zingine tunaweka hofu yetu kwa Mungu.
because we think that God will be disappointed in our fears.
Kwa sababu tunadhani kwamba Mungu ataondoka kwetu.
But God sees our heart.
Lakini Mungu anaona imani yetu.
He knows the struggles of our heart.
Katika kila kitu ambacho tunapitia.
He knows what you are passing through
Anajua kila ambacho unapitia.
and is in control of our lives.
Na ako kwa ajili yako.
God says there is no problem which is bigger than him to handle.
Mungu anasema kwamba hakuna chochote ambacho kinamshinda yeye.
So if you have any problem in your life,
Sasa ukiwa na chochote ambacho kinakusumbua,
whether big or small,
iwe ndogo ama kubwa,
you are supposed to submit the problems unto God
unafaa umpatie Mungu shida zako.
instead of having fear and anxiety in your life.
Kuliko uwe na hofu na wasiwasi katika maisha yako.
Because God tells us
Kwa sababu Mungu anatuambia
in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 verse 7. God has not given us a spirit of fear,
Mungu hajatupatia hofu,
but of power,
hajatupatia spirit ya hofu,
but of power,
lakini ya nguvu,
of love,
ya upendo
and of sound mind.
na akili timamu.
So in this verse,
So katika somo hili
God has given us 3 spirits.
Mungu ametupatia roho 3.
The first spirit is the spirit of power.
Roho ya kwanza ni roho ya nguvu.
The spirit of power is supposed to strengthen us for the challenges we face in our daily lives.
Roho ya nguvu inafaa itupatie nguvu katika vitu vyote ambazo tunapitia katika maisha yetu.
The spirit of love is supposed to make you have confidence that you are not alone.
Roho ya upendo inafaa ikupatie nguvu na sio kukuacha peke yako.
The spirit of sound mind is supposed to give you the ability to think clearly and peacefully. If fear does not come from the Lord,
Woga haitoki kwa Mungu.
then it has no authority over our lives.
Haina nafasi katika maisha yetu.
So we should reject fear
So tunafaa tukatie uoga.
the same way we reject a message that is not from our Father. So because you are the sheep and God is the shepherd,
Na kwa sababu wewe ni kondoo na Mungu ndiye mchungaji.
we are not supposed to be stressed about our day-to-day lives.
Hatufai kuwa na uoga kuhusu maisha yetu ya leo.
Because we should not take the responsibilities of the shepherd. It's only the shepherd who should be stressed.
Hatufai kuchukua nafasi ya mchungaji. Mchungaji ndiye anafaa kwenda na uongo.
But the sheep is there to be led by the shepherd.
Na kondoo iko hapo kuongozwa na mchungaji.
So when we are experiencing problems,
Na tukipitia mashida,
God did not create humans to carry problems.
Mungu hakuumba mwanadamu kubeba shida.
God did not create humans to carry the burdens of life.
Mungu hakuumba mwanadamu kubeba mizigo ya maisha.
Peter chapter 5 verse 7.
Katika kitabu cha
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7.
Petro wa kwanza mlango wa 7.
God tells us, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for. So to cast something off your shoulders, we are supposed to cast all your anxiety unto God. The verse does not tell us to cast half of anxiety or some of anxiety. It tells us to cast all of anxiety. So which means we are not supposed to carry any burden in our lives, while there is God who you can submit all your problems unto him. So God cares about our struggles.
Mungu anajali kuhusu shida zetu.
He cares about our health.
Anajali kuhusu afya yetu.
He cares about our education.
Anajali kuhusu elimu yetu.
He cares about our job.
Anajali kuhusu kazi zetu.
And everything that affects us, he cares for it.
Na kila kitu ambacho kinatufanya anajali.
In Psalms chapter 91, Zaburi 91,
Katika kitabu cha Zaburi 91,
the Bible tells us that he that dwelleth in the secret places
kitabu inatuambia kwamba yule ambaye anajificha mafichoni
will abide in the shadow of the Most High. The secret places
yule ambaye anajificha mafichoni
will abide in the shadow of the Most High.
atadumu katika uvuli wa Bwana.
So as the sheep, as Christians, thank you. So as Christians,
Kama sisi wa Kristo
we are supposed to dwell in the secret places of the Most High.
tunafaa tuwe katika
And once we dwell in the secret places of the Most High, the Lord shall guide us. So we should learn to reject fear,
tunafaa tukatae uoga,
for fear brings panic. Fear brings panic.
uoga unaleta mtu kutetemeka.
Fear removes joy away from our life.
Uoga unaleta unatoa furaha ndani ya maisha yetu.
Fear leads us to question God.
Uoga unafanya tunamuuliza Mungu.
The devil wants us to live in fear,
Shetani anataka tuishi katika uoga,
but God does not want us to live in fear.
lakini Mungu anataka tuishi katika uoga.
Because